Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here. So today I wanted to bring you my updated zombie deck. I think it's a really good anti-meta deck. It has a lot of outs to Red Eyes Dragoon, and it just does a lot of stuff that honestly most decks just hate. We'll get into those as we get there, but make sure you guys check out the link in the description for my Patreon. That is a great way to help out the channel, and especially if you like what I do, there's just more content on there, exclusive deck profiles and behind the scenes and all kinds of cool stuff. And then also, make sure to subscribe and like the video. So let's get right into this one. Starting off with kind of our power, I guess, 2 of cards. Doom King is going to be just like a mandatory 2 of. Definitely not one you need to play 3 of because you have access to it in a number of different ways. But it is an extremely good card, and this is just one of the cards. That's an easy out for Red Eyes Dragoon because if a zombie monster activates its effect, which you can with Zombie World, that can be monsters your opponent controls. You can just banish a monster from the field or graveyard. So it doesn't target, doesn't destroy, nothing. It just banishes them. It's an amazing card. And then a new addition is 2 Eldritch, the Golden Lord. It's not a necessary card, but it is a card that does help the deck out because it allows you to special summon a zombie monster from your hand. So that alone is just a way of, or a reason to play this card because it's just very good. It got a reprint, so should be easily accessible to everyone now. And again, we're just playing 2 because it's not a card you have to see in your hand, but it is nice if you do. Same thing with 2 Necroworld Banshee. This is basically your way of getting Zombie World activated because you can just banish this card from your field or graveyard, and then you can just activate a Zombie World directly from your hand or deck. So this is Zombie World's almost the key to the deck, I guess the heart of the deck. So yeah, definitely that's an important card to play. And then one that I like to play still at 2. You can definitely play just 1, completely up to you. But Glow Up Bloom. If it's sent to the graveyard, so it's a level 1, so probably the most obvious way is just with Linkuriboh. You can banish this and just add a level 5 or higher zombie from your deck to your hand, or if you have Zombie World, you can just special summon that from your deck. Extremely good card. Like I said, it's also a level 1 tuner, so it allows you to go into some really nice synchro plays. So those are kind of the 2 ofs. Again, they're cards we don't mind seeing in hand, because we still have ways of getting them to grave, but they're not cards we have to see. Whereas now these cards are probably our best openers. Shirinu Solitaire is by far, I guess not by far, but one of the best normal summons. Basically, it's your way of just accessing most of your zombie cards. And one of the best ones is Unizombie. Unizombie is, again, another tuner. It also is a way of just sending a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard, which one of the best ones to send to the grave is Mizuki. We play 3 of this one because this one you just simply banish it and then target a zombie in your graveyard and special summon it. It's not once per turn. It's amazing. And then we also are playing 3 Jacobolin. Again, it's a card I always want to see in all of my hands, hence why we're playing it at 3. You discard a zombie monster, special summon this from your hand. So that not only gets a zombie to the grave, it gets another zombie on the field. Incredible. And then we're playing 2 Gozuki. Again, it's another one of those we're playing at 2 because we don't necessarily need to see it in hand, but it's fine if we do because you just you can send a zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then if he is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 zombie and special summon a zombie from your hand. So there's a lot of really good effects built in. And And then we're also playing one Vampire Fraulein. This basically just allows you to be able to boost the attack of any monster you have to get over any problematic monster your opponent has. And then the last of the monsters we're playing is the best zombie hand trap, Ash Blossom. Just play 3 of that. Again, if you can use it, or like with Jack O'Bolan, you can discard this, so it fits in with everything that we're doing here. That is all the monsters. I love it. I think it's perfect. And then for the spells, of course, we're playing 3 Zombie World. Basically, it makes all monsters on the field and in the graveyard become zombie monsters, and neither player can tribute summon monsters except zombie. So that doesn't really affect too many decks, but it does a few. But basically, changing everything to zombie is kind of the key of this deck. And then we play 3 Super Polymerization. It's an amazing card. It outs anything, especially with this deck because you're changing everything to zombie. And we have cards like Draco Necro, which just requires 2 zombie monsters. So you can basically use anything on the board as long as you have Zombie World. And then I'm also playing 2 Book of Life, which in this deck is basically Monster Reborn plus. So basically, you just target a zombie in your graveyard, and then 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard. You special summon that zombie monster in your graveyard, and then you can banish any monster from your opponent's graveyard. So 2 really good effects. Again, it's basically just for this deck, Monster Reborn, which is really nice, and then of course we're playing 1 Monster Reborn. We're also playing the 1 Terraforming to search out that zombie world, because that's key to some of the plays we're doing. Foolish Burial, obviously, we want to get those zombies to grave. 1 for 1, easy access to our Glow Up Bloom, which then can search us or special summon any zombie monster. Card Destruction, really good in this deck. Just getting stuff to the grave and then drawing more. You hope your opponent doesn't get something really good, but usually it doesn't matter because you're loading your grave and then you're getting new cards in hand. So great card. And then the last one is Called by the Grave. Really good going first, really good going second. Perfect card. And then for the traps, we're playing the 2 Shiranui style Swallows Slash. You just tribute a zombie, target 2 cards on the field, and destroy them. Really good. And then we have 3 Rivalry of Warlords, which along with Zombie World is amazing because it makes your opponent basically be able to control only 1 monster. So Rivalry is really good in this deck. And that is the main deck. I believe we're at 45. Doesn't matter too much because we have lots of ways of using really any combination of cards we have. For the extra deck, we play the 1 Vampire Sucker. It's not a key card, but it is really nice to go into. If you would tribute a monster for a tribute summon, you can tribute a zombie monster your opponent controls. And then you can also target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field, and it becomes a zombie type. And then if a zombie monster is special summoned, so off of that same effect, you can draw a card. So pretty cool card. Again, Linkuriboh, very key for our Glow Up Bloom plays. Ningirsu, yet another easy out for Red Eyes Dragoon. And then we play the Nightmare package, so all of them, Cerberus, Phoenix, and Unicorn. I guess almost all of them. And then we play IP Masquerena, another option for going first. Then we also play the Appaloosa. Sometimes you can just flood the board and easily get to an Appaloosa. Avermax is sometimes nice to make off of IP Masquerena. And then Unchained Abomination, again, flooding the board and just making something like this is sometimes pretty cool. And then we have 3 super polymerization targets in Dragonecro, Starving Venom, and then Predaplant. So just the 3 kind of most generic ones, I guess, for this deck. And then for our synchros, we're playing a Red Eyes Zombie Necro. It's our level 7, and our level 8 is Borreload Savage. Both fairly easy to make whenever you want to make them or choose to make them. You can usually go for those guys, but that's the deck, guys. Again, it has a lot of outs to a lot of really good cards, and it just does a lot of stuff. You know, cards like Rivalry, Zombie World, Super Poly are just really powerful cards that hurt a lot of decks. So yeah, try it out, guys. It's a really fun deck. Not too expensive. And we'll, of course, catch you on the next one.